We take on 8 guys. We said it sounds like a Bonnie Blue video.
Spooner was like, I'm not even 45 and I've stopped spawning.
Reed, you've got a good story.
You have got a good story.
Yeah, I've got a good.
Go on.
I've got 10 foot 3.5 Kais and Greens, and I'm literally they're at absolute full biff down. And I can hear this fish the other side of the bush going, and it's popped up the other side of this bush, and the sun was just on it like almost like a head torch, and its scales, mate, they just flexed, and I instantly knew it was a big fish.
It's fucking going on.
I knew he was going to say this. Just shows how the carp community get together and things just go from strength to strength.
Far and wide.
Far and wide. So enjoy everyone.
New Spooner. You will catch. A UK 50 pounder soon. We believe in you.
It's time for Africa.
The Thinking Tackle Podcast.
So they would have been there from the
We're
Saturday.
going to give one
Still
to
quite
every
a lot.
person who catches a 50 pounder.
Yeah, but I think I watched the episode. It's very clear
Yeah,
what
but
we're doing.
you've said it a couple of times.
Have
That's
I?
why people are asking.
Well, that everyone that catches a 50 gets one. What are you laughing for?
I don't think I did say
did
that.
say that.
Did I say
Yeah,
that?
I reckon
Probably,
I'm not
mate.
sure.
Here we go. It's
Well,
the
why don't-
fucking gas thing all
Why
over
don't
again.
we start with that and then I'll clarify.
Okay.
Kev, are you good for me to go? Right. Welcome everybody to the Thinking Tackle UNCUT podcast. As you can see, it's a full house, which is lovely. And I am just going to start with Spooner's 50 Cup because obviously last episode we had our first winners. I believe we've got another winner, but John is currently in the air flying back from New York and he does all the emails. So he will get that information when he's back from New York, and in the next episode we'll roll it all into one. So if someone's caught one between the last episode and this and vice versa, we'll do them all in one go.
Okay. And we're sorry if Reedy keeps lying about everyone that catches a 50 gets one of them, because that's not the case.
Sorry about that. Let me just clarify. Do you know what? I'm going to clarify it now, just because Damo will be happy then. So what we're doing, we're giving away one cup every episode if someone catches a 50 pounder, and we will choose between us which one we think is
the right 50
the right 50 pounder. We will choose the best one and we will give that person a cup. Obviously we did give 2 away on the first one just as a little bit of a well done to the guy that had 2 in one session, but from now on we will be giving away 1 every episode.
All right, well done.
Glad you cleared that
Thanks
up.
for not lying. Yeah, super clear now.
No more lying.
So everyone gets one.
So everyone gets one. So if you want one, drop us an email and Damo will order a load more and he'll send them in. Right, let's get started. Let's have a little roundup of what everyone's been up to, because you two have been back in France. And had a
we
little
have.
session.
We did every year we do a Carpathon, Spooner and Dovey. Sorry, Dovey and Spooner versus, where we attempt to.
We take on 8 guys. We said it sounds like a Bonnie Blue video.
So we've been out in France, been to a lake called Laroussie, and also was it Old Oaks, the lake across the road? So 2 lakes involved.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about the Bonnie Blue thing.
We were doing the opener to the show, and we was like, me and Spooner take on 10 guys. Sounds like a Bonnie Blue video.
Like a poor man's Bonnie Blue, just the 10.
Really poor man.
Yeah. But stunning lake.
Yeah.
Venue had to change lastminute.com due to complications at one of the other waters, and a guy called Mehdi that owns Laroussie. It's actually I don't know if you went to it.
Mehdi, I remember.
Yeah, well, he's come across for the Carp Fest. I think he won the casting competition one year. But Dan's fished it along with Aris, Fish, Woody.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were on that trip.
Years ago,
like 20 years back.
Maybe.
Yeah, beautiful lake.
really lovely lake actually.
And amazing carp. So that's all been filmed for an upcoming Dovey and Spooner.
You done well to get that venue that quick, didn't you?
Yeah,
last minute.
Pat Goodwin, who runs the Carpathon, we were meant to be going to Farm Lake, which is another well-known place, but I think normally people rent it as a lake exclusive, and I think there's like 12 swims on there or something, but I think 8 of them were fishable, or 7 of them were fishable, because it was very, very weedy. Apparently it fishes really well when it's that weedy, but there was too many of us to go on there because there wasn't enough swims, essentially. Right. So then he contacted Angling Lines, which is where you book Laroussie, and just happened to be the only week available all year.
That's
so
ridiculous.
we changed it last minute and went there. But it was lovely. The lake and the fish are beautiful.
Yeah, you got a couple of the fish, I think. I think Kev's going to whack a couple up.
Yeah.
That big common you had was unreal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we lucked out with the weather. It was like everyone knows it's been boiling this week. What's the date? So 24th of June today.
Yeah, our coldest day was 30 degrees, wasn't it?
Our coldest day was 30 degrees, yeah.
Look
so
at that.
Nice.
you know when you're waiting around all day for the evening to get
Yeah.
the rods done, and you know you've only got a chance at 3 in the morning, and we essentially got a chance each night at 3, 4 in the morning, and that was it really.
Well, for those that are only
that
listening,
was the
we're
biggest
looking
one we
at
had.
a really classic looking common. And how big was it?
That was 46, so 46, 12?
Lovely.
Yeah, it was 46,
Yeah, it was,
12,
yeah.
but lovely looking fish.
What I like is that you made me stand in the sunshine to get, so I got a bit of forehead attention.
yeah.
Has everyone
Actually.
noticed though that Spooner for years has
Yeah.
taken the piss out of my forehead, but his is getting bigger.
Do you think
it is? Yeah, it looks
It
well
is,
thin, isn't
definitely
it?
is.
The front?
I actually said if there's any justice in this world, I'll go completely bald before him.
Could you imagine? I mean, it's so funny. Yeah, love
I
it.
think there's another picture of one of the smaller ones we had as well.
Yeah, that was nice. That was like a longer common, wasn't it?
Yeah,
there you
look
go.
at that.
Oh,
But
cool picture.
yeah, just cracking bit of fish, really.
They're quite English looking carp, aren't they?
Very.
Yeah,
Very.
Before we got there, one of the guys did the night before us, and he had we haven't got a picture of it, but he had a 39-pound jet black zip linear.
Oh,
Unreal fish.
that went the
really,
whistle.
really nice.
Did everyone catch?
No.
Not everyone.
Oh,
No,
proper
no.
tricky.
So
It
was
was
it?
tricky.
It was a versus then.
Yeah, so basically there was 10 of them or 8 of
No,
them.
there was 8 of them, yeah.
8 of them, and the competition is your top 5 fish.
Right.
So as long as we can get on a few fish, you've only got to catch 5 fish bigger. It's just they've got, 8 more opportunities
Yeah.
across 2 lakes.
Oh, well, don't give too much away then.
No. Well, it's the same format we've done before.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you at Norton last time.
Oh, we're not
Yeah.
saying. We're not saying what happened then.
Oh, they
no.
won't- don't
It's all.
say the
It's all. We
result.
won't
No.
say the result. It's all. Like I say, it's all filmed.
I feel like you did it at Norton last year.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
we've
We've done it
done-
at Norton a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, last 2-3 years we've done it at Norton.
Yeah.
It's good fun. To
Yeah,
be
nice.
honest, it's a good week. It's a bit of a
It
laugh.
was.
The lads are really good lads, and they're just all into the fishing. So,
Yeah.
oh
Ah.
mate,
Oh,
for anyone that's not watching, I'll put a picture of a big toad up. And
Is that the actual
You're
one?
massive,
so
isn't it?
scared of
Is that the
wildlife.
actual? Is that the actual toad?
That's the actual toad.
Is
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. I've
Fantastic.
actually got a video on my phone. I'll just tell you a quick story because you know how scared I am of
Yeah.
stuff in bivvy. I'd had a fish at like 3 in the morning, and got the rod back out, got back into bed. It's still dark. I got back in, lied back on my bed chair. It's fucking boiling hot, right? So I've laid on my bed chair, but I've just sort of got the sleeping bag cover like over a third of me.
yeah.
So I'm lying back.
Got your little body out.
No. My
No. Little nips out.
No, I've got a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
But I've got shorts on, so my legs are out.
Yeah.
No socks, because I've been in the water with my Crocs on. Lie back, I'm absolutely exhausted, because I didn't get to sleep till like 12:01, and then I had a weird occurrence like 1:30, then bite at 3, back in bed. Lied back, and I heard rustling behind my bed chair.
Hit some bottle caps in it. Or something.
He keeps throwing bottle caps in my thing. So
I was just like, Spooner, get off.
I've just got a
Spooner.
pile of them behind my thing. So something's moving the bottle caps. I'm thinking this is quite substantial. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So I'm lying back and I thought it's probably a mouse or a rat. I'm just going to shrug it and just go to sleep. It'll get out. Even though I've got my mozzie mesh on the front, I thought it's obviously got in underneath or whatever. Lying there for 5 minutes, and I know something's there, and like you can really feel that something's behind you, and now I can like hear it in my clothes behind my bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just shrug it, just go to sleep. Anyway, 5 minutes later, that toad, I'm not joking, mate, it's that big.
Yeah.
Has jumped off of my bag at the back and landed on my shin. But can you imagine what that felt
Yeah.
like in a pitch black?
Yeah.
I was just standing there. I shit it. I was like,
Is he screaming like a girl?
I didn't hear
yeah,
it.
no, I screamed like, like flicked it up in the air, and I heard it hit the top of my bed, and then land. All of this time, I don't know what it is though, obviously, because it's
Yeah.
pitch black, and the feel of that on your
Yeah,
shin,
yeah.
mate. And it went hit the top of the bivvy and landed at the back in the clothes. So then I'm panicking. I've got my panicking now.
Yeah.
No, I'm panicking now.
Yeah.
Like badly panicking. I've now jumped out of my bed, like my arse is up against the mozzie mesh, and I'm thinking, what is in my bit? Like, what
Yeah.
on earth is that? So I'm trying to find my head torch. I turn my head torch on, and it's that toad.
Oh my God.
Sitting there, just calm as anything, sitting on my battery.
Was that a bit of relief that it was a toad?
Yeah, because I thought it was a rat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you don't want that on your leg.
I'm not
No.
actually scared of rats, but you don't want them on you.
No.
You don't want actually
My,
on your
my mate
shit.
was fishing Gosfield Lake, right, and he's doing an overnighter. The bank slopes down, and he's set his bed chair up, right. No bivvy or anything, just doing an overnight, laying there. So his head is sort of at the apex of where the bank
word.
is, right. So he's laying there, and he's just laying there looking up at the stars and that. and he hears a little bit of rustling, and the next minute there's a rat sitting on his face.
No.
You
Oh
don't
my
want
God,
that.
you do not
That's,
want
You
that.
panic.
Yeah, you do.
You don't want that in your life.
He said he could feel his little claws
Oh my
sitting
God.
on his face.
That's not good.
No.
And
that's
He
horrible.
said he couldn't even move. He was just in
Frozen fear.
And then he was thinking, I can smell rat piss.
Oh.
It's on his mouth.
Oh, that's how you get ill, isn't it? I think
Yeah.
the worst one I've had, it's
No,
not even
good.
that bad like, on that scale. I remember fishing Powdermere Hotel and it was really long grass, bivvy, no ground sheet or anything like that. And it was probably like back end of the summer or something, I think. It's quite dewy. And I remember waking up and I shit you not, there must have been 80 slugs.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
completely wrapped around the bivvy.
Yeah.
But where it was all dewy in that, I just thought they're going to fall on me and stuff. So I ended up getting my baby wipes and I used a baby wipe for every slug.
Handley position.
Yeah. Well, we'll come back to that.
Only had 2 left.
So I've literally I'm going through, I'm picking them off and just throwing them out onto the grass, like all of them, because I'm thinking I ain't going to sleep with them there. And don't forget, I woke up in the morning, it literally looked like I'd had the night of dreams. I was like, because all the slugs are gone, aren't they?
Bonnie Blue video.
Yeah, there you go. All the slugs worked their way away, didn't they? So it was literally just these wipes everywhere to round them all up. And I hate things like that.
Oh, no.
It is mad what we do, really, isn't it? Lay out
it's
in that.
crazy.
If we knew, if you had one of them like nature cams on, I reckon you'd be horrified some of the stuff that does
Yeah.
go
Yeah, I
on.
think you would.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? I was fishing with Francesca. She came. We did a charity thing with Dave Seaman last year, and she was sleeping in a bivvy about 6 feet away from me, and she could just hear rustling all the time. She's going, "What is that?" I
So
went-
seaman practicing saving penalties. Entrance to the Tempest.
I said, "There's snakes. Don't get out." And
Oh, my
like,
God.
absolutely shit
Yeah.
the life out of her. Right? So she Googled. We was in Oxford.
The type of snakes.
Snakes, Oxford. Right? It's come up. It's come up. Oxford, USA, but she hasn't seen that.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
It's like world's most poisonous snake.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, I love
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that scared the life out of me. But then
Yeah.
I was obviously pleased it was a toad in the end.
Yeah, happy days. And you got your picture. You got a memory now forever.
Yeah.
Picture. I've got a little video of that as well, but I'm swearing too much in it. So,
Right.
so I was like, hyped.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Did you
God.
try licking the back of it?
No, do you know what I did? I picked a sock up and then picked it up because I was like weirding out about it, thinking it might have some weird skin or something on it.
Yeah, you
Spine
never
on
know
it or
with
something.
You
toads,
never
yeah.
know. No. So I sort of picked it up and walked out and chucked him in the water. And it was
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad.
Brilliant. Well, you've also been to Wrasbury because we come down with you, Tom.
Yeah.
And had a little content day for Carp, Porter and Clothing.
Yeah, that was a week before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We did I think we did Wednesday night, and then I come back Thursday.
Yeah.
I got in actually one of the middle swims that I never get in, called Rocky, and found a lovely spot out at relatively long range. And I thought, to be honest, I thought I was going to catch loads from it. You was there. I think within a couple of hours, I had one on the left-hand rod, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then it just quietened off that evening. I think that was £26.
Here we go, looking at it
Oh,
now.
nice.
Lovely mirror.
Nice there, nice little fish. And then I lost one. No, I lost one in the morning, and I caught another one that second morning as well. So I had 2 and lost one, which was good. But it was like I thought I was actually gonna like really get into them.
You're saying it's still fishing a bit weird at the moment, isn't it?
It was. I don't know what it's been like this week or
Yeah.
last week, because it's been hot, isn't it? They shut it for a few days for spawning, but it reopened. I mean, that's probably spawned out, I'd say.
Yeah.
It looked thinner than that, didn't it, in real life?
It's just been so hot, isn't it? Like you said,
Yeah.
what date are we? 24th, yeah. It just feels like it's been redders for a few weeks now, doesn't it?
It's shit, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it feels a bit cooler today, doesn't it, for the first
point.
time?
Yeah.
Really does.
Yeah, I don't like fishing in the heat like that.
No.
Like, in France last week, like we had a good week, but
But-
it's
and
tough.
but we were fortunate in that our swims were in the shade nearly all day.
Yeah.
If you were in that sun, the first lake we were meant to be on apparently has got no cover.
Really?
That would have been horrible.
Yeah.
You'd have just been bivvy bound trying to keep the sun off you.
It was really, really too hot. And then I was actually going to go Thursday. I was going to go tomorrow to Friday, but I think I'm going to just go Thursday evening, do the night and Friday, because it's just so hot tomorrow.
Well,
It's
Wrasbury.
Yeah.
I think it's going hot again at the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, you got a nice little spell, I think, from like you said, from Wednesday to Friday, where you got a bit of rain.
Yeah.
24s,
Mm.
which is warm, but
Yeah.
not like it has been. Looks
Yeah.
like a bit of an opportunity
It'd
there.
be nice for the old party.
Yeah, it will
Yeah,
be. Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah, we got our Korda summer party this weekend, so that's going to be great,
it's
isn't
gonna
it?
be great.
Looking forward to
How's
that.
that coming along? Good.
Yeah.
Is it? Stressful.
Damo's been chief organiser.
Fucking cutting the grass.
Well, have you?
Geezer cutting the grass. It took him all day.
That's the
God.
thing, innit? When you got all
Oh,
them wings
When
and
you
that,
got,
it's
when you
a
got all
tricky
them,
one,
when
isn't
you
it?
got all that land
Yeah,
around you, don't you?
What a nightmare! Like, bloody can't stand it. No, it's a long old job, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'd be good.
But Damo, you've been out.
Yeah.
You've started the old hunt for bully.
Went down the brook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was red hot. I can't even remember what day it was. Last week.
Wednesday or Thursday, I think we
Yeah.
were speaking.
Yeah, got down there. It's very weedy. There was only one other angler on, or two. Sorry, one of them packed up. Yeah, it was very weedy. The fish were a bit of a funny old mood, really. They looked a little bit spawny. And they shut. I put my gear in swim 3, and then they shut 1, 2, 3. They hadn't been spawning while I've been there, but they'd done some that night, I think. So they'd had, they'd called it of shutting those swims. So I went around the other side. I looked all the way around the lake, and the guy was fishing on the other side. I didn't go near him because it's a margin swim. And I thought when he's the bailiff, and I don't know him, but it seemed like when he said to me, "Oh, that swim over there is pretty good, the one next door," I thought, I've looked around the whole lake. I haven't seen the big one. I reckon he's over there where you were fishing.
Yeah.
So I had a trot round there, and there he was in the weed. So yeah, see bully. I don't think he's a 50-pounder at the moment. He looks like he's spawned out. But I think there's a still photograph of him in the water. You can see he's got a bit of a flat belly. He's got that rounded sort of bullnose head, and quite a few of the other fish.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Pretty sure that's him. Yeah.
That does look like
It's funny. I was saying to you, Damo, wasn't I? Because I saw it on the bank when someone had it from 30 yards away or something. This is when I joined it and I was going to fish it, and I never ended up doing it much. But I remember seeing it caught, and it's quite a one of those where it's so old. It's one of those carp that's got such a soft body that even when it's like at premium weight, your hands sort of disappear inside it.
not spooner's belly.
Not spooner's belly, exactly like
Very
that.
similar.
Cuddly, as your wife would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sort of a weird carp. So I would imagine when it is spawned out, it must be like
Really baggy. I
double
reckon.
flat.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I think, like you said, it looks its best.
I mean, Jerry said to me, "Why don't you come back in the autumn and fish for it?" I do want to catch it when it's a good weight. I don't want to catch it sort of post spawning at the moment. But
Yeah, probably only beef.
this is a funny story,
There-
Damo. What happened here?
there was loads of fish about. So I walked down to the swim right in the corner, and this carp was actually sitting in the weed, with the weed over its head. And I thought, well, there's maybe an opportunity. But all I had was some pop-ups, no bread or anything like that. So I sneaked down there, and I think he's blind as I'm looking at it, in his right eye. And I was sitting there for quite some time. That's only like 2 feet off the bank. So I pulled my camera out of the pocket and thought I'll film that and see what he might go for. He was quite agitated.
That'd have been a great video,
That would have
wouldn't
been
it?
great
Yeah.
if
It's like
he'd have
quite a
taken
good
it.
fish.
It's a good fish. Yeah, it's a good 20.
It looks bigger than that,
It
doesn't
does,
it?
yeah.
What do you think about catching them like that? Do you feel like it's like
Muggy?
not muggy, not muggy, but like not cheating.
No,
Like
I
a little
don't
bit
know.
strange. Do you feel like do you feel like the same about catching it like that as you would do if you'd cast out and put it on the buzzer?
Yeah, I think some of the most exciting fishing you can have is fishing on the surface.
Yeah.
Like if they
Oh, was that on the surface? That?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
bait was on
like
the
I thought you'd
surface.
like put it right in front of its face on the bottom, like on the weed.
No, it was like that far from its nose.
Oh, right.
And these were a couple of other ones in the weed. When they're like that, I think they're quite.
Yeah, it's half an opportunity there, isn't
There's an
there?
opportunity
Yeah.
with the right bait. Bread would be really good if you could get it there, but it's too far out. For that.
Yeah.
You weren't tempted to go and grab a crusty loaf there and go back?
No, they just didn't look right. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And as the day wore on, I just thought I'm actually wasting my time. But they were still around where I was fishing. But it was nice. Nice first night on the lake.
Yeah.
Got to see a lot of the stock. Yeah, it's a lovely place.
How do you? So, what is the plan now then, Damien? Do you think you will give it a break for a bit?
I
and then
might do, yeah.
pump back up again?
Yeah.
What-
just go
what's
somewhere
your
else.
guys' views on that? Like, if you've got a target fish that comes out sort of post spawn or comes out before you get a chance to catch it before it spawns, and it's normally £55 and it comes out at like £46. You start with you, Tom. Would you stay on and think, I just want to catch it? I'm not too bothered about how big it is.
I probably would, but I don't catch them as quickly as they might.
No.
So then I would probably stay on. Yeah, obviously I would much rather catch them at top weight, either May or like October. Unreal.
Thing is, you only want to catch it once, don't you?
Yeah.
So if you're going to put the effort in, it might as well be an effort, and then when you get it, it looks in prime condition.
Have you got an example of a fish you've caught, like you label the wrong time? Like, I wish I'd caught it at a different time, like a particular carp or anything? Or it spawned out, or
What, in the summer? Not
Yeah.
that I can think of off the top of my head. I've
No.
actually been lucky with the times I've caught the fish I wanted to catch. But to be honest, like me and Spoon have filmed so much at the prime times that actually like now is the time we get to do a bit of our own fishing normally. So it's like we can't really say, oh, I want to catch it in October. It's like we're filming 3 weeks of four in October.
What about you,
So-
Spoons? Bother you?
I'm the same. Like Dovey's just said. Maybe before I did as much filming as I do now, you'd try to angle around, catch them at the right weight. But I've never really been fussed. If I've set myself a target, I just want to catch it.
It's so difficult now, isn't it? Unless you've got that 4 or 5 nights a week anyway. Like, there's so many good anglers fishing probably for the same carp you're trying to catch that you catch it when you can catch it, really, don't you? A lot of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not in any rush to catch it. So
No, I respect that as well. If you're sort of giving your time to that and dedicate it to that fish because that's what you want, then if you
It's a
can
special
angle it
carp,
around,
that, and
Yeah,
it
it
looks really nice. I think
is a special
you're
carp.
not doing it. It's not in its best condition. At,
Yeah.
47, 48 pound,
What weight did Terry catch it
49,
at?
I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so what about our Scott here, Scott Sweetman?
52 or 53.
52, yeah.
Look nice there.
It did look nice, really nice.
then when little Toby caught it,
Yeah.
I think that's the best it's
that's the
looked.
best it's ever
Yeah.
looked.
What
A great little lad
That's
as well. It just
54.
looks
Yeah, I love
awesome,
Toby.
doesn't it?
54, wasn't it?
Someone's had it at 54. I don't know if that was Toby.
Right, okay.
That's his top weight.
That
I
looked
think it
for-
was the guy that I said I saw from
Yeah,
afar.
yeah.
It was. I'm gutted now because I thought I was going to stay on and fish for it, and I didn't. And I deliberately didn't go over. You know, when you see something, I thought I don't want to see it like that. I want to see it, and I get a chance to catch it. So I just went well done and sort of thumbs
Yeah.
up and disappeared and let him get on with the weighing of it. But I sort of wish I'd look at it now because it's such an impressive carp, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully
I
get to see
think
it
it's
with you,
nice to
Damo.
fish like at Wrasbury at the minute. There's lots of big carp in there, and the two biggest carp, I think one of them certainly is a male, the best one, and they don't really change weight. So all the way through the summer, you're fishing for a 50-pounder,
Nice.
which is nice. You don't have to think about it then, do you? I also think like a lot of the time at the minute, the older carp sometimes don't spawn as much as you think they're going to, or at all. I think a lot of them Carthagena carp, not necessarily the Brook Lake ones, but the main lake ones, I don't think they really spawn at all, actually. And a lot of them seem to keep their weight all the way through the summer. So I'm definitely not one of them people that would just say, oh, I think they've probably spawned, I'm going to give it a miss for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Because they might not even have done it anyway.
I don't know what the science is on that.
It's
actually.
different
No idea.
with Bully because he's actually seen it and he can see that
Yeah.
he's loving weight. So it's like a different thing.
And
but-
every year it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It always drops a bit every single year.
Yeah, it would be. I was just saying, that'd be interesting to know the science on that. Like, what age is there an age where they stop spawning? I mean, like you said, there's fish in Carthagena that seem to maintain their weight. So would you argue? Why you two?
Just
Why'd
thinking
your
about-
minds go there straight away? That too. Spinner was like, I'm not even 45 and I've stopped spawning. Yeah, no, I just wonder. There's got to be some science behind it, isn't there? Unless you just do get some that just go right to the death and some that give up early.
It's you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not me, Christ. Definitely not.
class.
It feels like it's the Bonnie Blue episode.
It does a bit. Yeah. Special guest in a minute. The door come bursting open. Brilliant. That's all good.
Spooner's been fishing as well. He's caught that same fish twice, which
Oh,
is mental.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Spoon, this is funny.
That belittles it a bit, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it does. It was a bit frustrating. There's probably 60, 70 carp in there. I've gone down with Aris. I've stuck to my guns. I've put 3 adjustable zigs out. Aris has gone in the swim 2 up from me, and he's just fished a couple in the edge. And we've been there about an hour and a half, and he's had to take off the deck over a bit of corn.
Cracking
I
bit
thought,
fish again.
Lovely
There he is.
carp.
Look, we're looking at a picture
Don't
of
see Aris with a
Mr.
carp in
Paul
his hands.
Harris. So he is he gave up carp fishing basically and said it was rubbish. It was too easy, and you just go and catch them, reel them in, and take a picture and chuck them back. And
That's not true. What he said is he wants the right water.
that's fair enough.
And since he stopped fishing the church, he's not found that right water. And he saw the carp I caught a few weeks back, and he was buzzing for it. So
Yeah.
I managed to get him a ticket. We come down, went and done the night. He caught that, just under £20, really nice fish. And I sort of walked back to me swim and thought, if he's caught one that quickly, I've got 3 out in the middle on zigs. Perhaps I'll put one on the deck. So I've just split the pack, put one in the swim next door, just on a little clear spot in the weed, a couple of handfuls of corn, double
Can you
plastic.
see the spot?
No, it's not. It's too deep. It's probably still 6 foot deep.
Right.
But it's probably 2 wraps out. It's really close range. Put it in the swim next door, change the colour on the LED. So from where I was, if that one went, I knew what was going on. Woke up at 3 to a real slow, steady take. There was no stopping. It was just trundling out for lovely. Got there, picked it up. It'd already gone clear of all the weed, and it was just slowly plodding, taking line. I'm like, this might be another good one. Hadn't put my head torch on yet. Hit the top, let it come off. It hit the surface about 20 yards out. As it got a bit closer, Put the head torch on. I'm like, that's another good one. Happy days. He's come through the weed without a hint of bother. No problem. The head torch is still on. And as it's rolled about rod length out, I'm like, it's not the same one. It can't be. Bundled it in the net. And then I've looked down. I'm like, what are the chances? So I've had 2 bites from there. One on a zig,
Both the big 'uns.
one on the deck, and both the big 'un. I did catch another one in the morning on a different spot in the edge.
Oh.
I was up early, saw a couple of fish show down to my right, so reeled one of the zigs in again and put.
That's a lovely carp.
Yeah,
They're nice fish.
They're
they're
nice.
lovely carp. It's a
Do you think
special little
you've
lake.
been twice? You've got an amazing black 40-pounder in your album, and every single member hates you.
Then you catch
Great
it again.
start, yeah. Brilliant.
But yeah,
It's mad how it goes. Like, you could be on there for 3 years and trying to catch it and not catch it at all. That's the annoying thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? And then somebody else can go there and catch it twice on the bounce.
I said if I go down there this week and catch it on the top, I can keep it. Surely that's it.
I will have it up in here. Lovely up there. Yeah.
But no, really cool little lake. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
go.
amazing.
That little window of opportunity we said about Thursday night. I'm gonna try and go and just have another go.
Yeah, happy days. It's funny that, isn't it? Like you said, the ones with your name on it sometimes where you can really want a carp and never catch it, can you?
Yeah.
And someone just has it 3, 4, 5 times in a season.
That's like the 2 and 3 big one for me over
Yeah.
Walthamstow. That common, I caught everything in there so many times and just never caught it. And it's still going, that fish, which is
Yeah,
mental.
James is for me. Caught everything quite a few times.
Yeah,
Just
never
couldn't catch that one.
No, good is it?
Just happens, doesn't it?
Reed, you've got a good story.
You have got a good
I've got
story.
Yeah, I've got a good.
Go on.
If Damo don't say it's going on a bit too long, I try and tell it. Yeah, obviously I touched before that I was doing the opening on the river, but it's probably worth just saying first of all I mentioned that I still hadn't sorted like my boat out. Because obviously it was only like a few days before and I still hadn't like found the right boat. And I had found one in Cornwall. So the decision, I was going to Cornwall to get this boat. But lastminute.com I managed to find one that was in Great Yarmouth, which is like a couple of hours away rather than
a lot closer.
rather than 8 hours away.
You just let the guy down in Cornwall. Yeah.
Massively let him down. Yeah, no, he was good as gold. He was in no real hurry to sell it and he was good. I told him, explained the situation. So before then, like I think this was like on the... I think it was like the 13th, I think, something like that. So a couple of days before the season, I ended up having to go from here, from Colchester to Great Yarmouth.
It's fucking going on.
I knew he was going to say this, but it's worth saying just to show the effort that went into it. So I ended up going from Colchester to Great Yarmouth to pick this boat up. Then I drove from Great Yarmouth all the way to Canvey Island. Then I had to drive from Canvey Island back to Colchester. Then I had to drive my old boat from Colchester back to Canvey Island so mate he could swap the engines over because I had a brand new engine on my old boat that I wanted to go on the new boat. Then I had to go back again, pick it up, drive it back home, and then end up getting it just on time.
Sounds like aggro.
It was a lot of aggro, a lot of miles, a lot of money, a lot of ag. But it was one of those ones I was so determined. I'd put so much effort in pre-baiting and building up to it. I was thinking I ain't missing the opening, so I just did it. I just sort of thought it's going to be horrible and didn't do it. Hardly any sleep. Anyway, done it, got it up there, managed to get it launched, which was quite painless. Always a bit of a worry when you're launching the boat. And it's obviously a bigger boat than I'm used to. It's like 18.5 feet.
What are you doing though? You're going to moor it?
It's got a mooring. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
so
got
you
a
just
mooring.
leave it there?
Yep.
That's
So
handy.
all I had to do was get it there, get it in the water, and
Yeah.
I was home and safe.
How
So,
much does that cost then? The mooring?
It's no different really to a syndicate. Really, I pay it monthly, so it's like the same price as a middle of the road syndicate, I guess.
What,
Because
so-
Key's listening. And
It's about tenner or something. It's about £10 a month or something.
£10,000 a year.
Yeah. No, it's like a monthly amount like you'd pay for a syndicate or something. So that's going to be my fishing
Right,
effectively
okay.
this year.
Hang on,
So
a syndicate could be 300 quid, but it could be
Yeah.
£2,000.
Well, how much is it?
So how much is it?
He
100
looks-
no,
he looks worried.
no, it's about 150 quid a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
it's not
Yeah.
cheap,
No.
but it's
Right.
it's worth it.
Does
Yeah,
Key
Yeah,
know?
for me, it's worth it. Yeah, she knows. Yeah,
You sure?
Why were you so scared?
she does now. no, she does. Of course
She
does.
doesn't watch
She
this.
supports it.
We
She
can tell her on
supports it.
Saturday.
Yeah, you can tell her. Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
She'll go, he had a touch with his mooring, £5 a month. So good. Yeah. So no, got it in. Got it in on the 15th morning. Had a bit of a recce during the day. Got the boat sorted. Had to sort of get it all set up, ready to go. That was quite fun. Just stuck the radio on and sort of geared it all up, loaded it all up with all the bits and pieces. And that was
Nice.
brilliant.
Nice.
It's not going through the lock for the first time on my own. I'm quite used to boats now because I've shared a boat with Harris and shared a boat with Harris. And I've had my own boat, but I've always gone with someone. So whenever you're doing something like locks and stuff, it's no pressure really because someone can hold the boat while you.
Yeah.
But having to do all that was a bit daunting, like leaving it there tied up and running up to the machine and pressing the gates and all that. But that was all good. Got it into the mooring and then just a case of trundling up there for the opening. First night was pretty uneventful actually. Got the rods out at midnight. Ended up going on the sort of middle spot that I'd baited on the stretch. And didn't have anything until the morning. Then had a sort of twitchy take and ended up having randomly, of all things, had a tench about £8.
Right.
Nice.
It was lovely. But I actually spoke to my mate who's been a real big help actually on the river. Who's done a lot more of it, and he hasn't had a tench in, I think it was like 6 years he's been fishing on the Thames.
Oh.
He was like, that is so random. And I had no bream, which was quite weird. So I was a little bit worried in the morning, thinking I've had no bream. I've just had a random tench. I've baited this to death.
I don't mind tench though. I feel like if you catch tench, you catch carp. If
Yeah.
you catch bream, you just catch more bream.
Yeah. But I was thinking, is it getting visited? There's all the bait I've been putting in getting eaten. How are the bream not here in some numbers, hoovering a bit of it up? It was a red hot weekend, as you know. So I don't know, got to about 10 o'clock and I whipped everything in and ended up having a full day searching up and down, looking for some new areas to potentially bait. Ended up going back to the moorings in the afternoon, in the middle of the day, when all the heat was at its sort of strongest, and sort of thought to myself, I think I'm going to do the night in the weir pool in case they're all in there after spawning, because I'd had nothing. But then as I sat there, I thought I hadn't really given it a cycle of the night, because I hadn't really got them out till midnight. The bite time was 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
I've missed it.
Yep.
So talked myself back into going back on the baited spot. So I got myself in position, got all the rods out perfect, and then I think I must have fallen asleep about, 11:30 or something. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning, the right hand rod's away. Like you can imagine. Like, I've done all that baiting, all the prep, and my heart was just like thumping. No worrying about if it's a bream. Like
It's
the rod's
shredding.
nearly getting ripped off the rest. I'm on a tight clutch, but it's still like zzz, zzz.
Yeah.
And I've picked up the rod.
How have you got your buzzers on your boat then? Is
So
it
I'll
on
get
like
a picture of this or a little video for the next podcast. But I ended up picking up these little pod adapters from Den Bosch when I was at the show last year. 'Cause
Right.
obviously
Yeah.
they do a lot of boat fishing over there. It's like a little thing that you permanently fix to a little clamp that you permanently fix to the boat.
Yeah.
And then a little rod just drops in it, and it moves like 360 degrees, and that's
Okay.
got a pod on it.
Oh, geez.
So you can adjust it in any angle, so you can fish back on yourself, out, up, down. It's brilliant. But I'll get a little video of it. It would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But that's all set up perfect. Anyway, I've jumped up, grabbed this rod, and it's when I put the rods out, it's like the right hand rod was the only rod I was worried about, because I was fishing quite near a bush and a little cut, and I thought if it did go right, I am in a little bit of trouble. I've got to be quick. And of course, it went straight right instantly. So I've picked up the rod and it's at like full compression. I'm trying not to give it any line, but it's almost like pulling me as well. So I've had to sort of give it, because I was thinking something could go, like the hooker open or something. So I just sort of let it have a little bit of line, and it took a tiny bit more. And just as it was starting to go right again, I got cut off.
Oh, no.
And I've told people in here, I shit you not, I sat in the boat and I looked at my setup, and I was fishing 20-pound sub-braid and 1.5 meters of leg core. But in that situation, when I looked at the bush I was fishing, I was thinking there is no way ever I wouldn't have a leader on in this situation. And I didn't even have it with me. And I was sat in there thinking, you work at Korda, you've got access to all these hook links and materials.
Not for much longer. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking, you haven't even got it here to put it on now. And I was literally like, when you were battering yourself to death,
Yeah.
I was literally thinking, you have done all that work and you've just lost a carp.
Yeah.
And it's a chance for the dream start. So I got my head together, redone everything, got everything set up. Made up a new rig in that, put my powerful head torch on. I'm not fishing far. Got it back on the money. I suppose I must have
What,
been
casting?
Yeah, it's just a tiny little underarm. I caught that. I had this like 8 foot from the boat, and dropped it in, got it back on the money. It's in amongst a load of like it's probably about, it's like the spot I'm fishing is the shallow bit, which is probably about 4.5 feet, and then it drops down into the main river at about 8 feet. And I had one on the shallow and 2 at the entrances to this deeper bit, and it was the shallow rod that went. But there's loads of like eelgrass sticking up, so it's I'm actually going again tonight, and I've actually loaded up my little PVA stick, because I'm going to put a little bit of crumb in and just cover the hook up on the cast, because I feel like you could
Might
be
get
unlucky and
caught
land
up.
on a
Yeah.
bit of grass.
So are you putting your boat slightly upstream, so you're fishing downstream with your rigs kicking out?
Yeah, so what I've done is I've moored tied up the front of the boat on this oak tree,
Yeah.
because it just happens there's a perfect one sticking out in the river, and then the boat sort of swings round, and I put the 2 mud weights back, so I'm fishing sort of out the side of the boat, upstream.
You're fishing upstream?
Yeah, so where am I? Sorry, downstream. So I'm fishing where my boat's kicked out, and then now I'm fishing downstream.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm out of the main flow anyway. These spots are out of the main
Right.
flow, and I'm fishing slack, sort of back-leaded straight off the end, because obviously it's loads of drama there if you don't do that. And then just there's enough tolerance with the boat swaying a little bit just to cover that movement. 5.5 ounce flat pairs, everything's solid on the deck. So anyway, I've got the rod back out. I'm happy with it. I'm back in the cabin, but I'm literally dooming. Like,
You would be.
You would, and I'm thinking you ain't gonna get loads of chances on here, and that could have been the window. So anyway, got the rod back out. I must have fallen asleep. I don't know, about 2:30, 2:45 or something.
So have you got your bed chair set up in the boat?
No, I've got like a little cabin on it.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's got like a little two, like, I don't know, almost like little mini couches that swing round from the bow. So it's comfortable. It's nice. Anyway, 6 o'clock. It was more or less bang on 6 o'clock in the morning. The same rod's gone again, but I was in I must have been in like a really deep sleep, and I woke up panicking again because obviously quite quick. The sun was just creeping over the top of these trees because the back of on the far bank, the trees are like, I don't know, a couple of 100 foot. So like the sun was only just creeping over, even though it was 6 o'clock. And I've come running out, and where my one of the jobs to do next week on the boat is to put a new floor down, because it's almost like a lino almost on there at the moment. So where it's been dewy, oh mate, I've literally if it was filmed, it'd be unreal. I literally completely slid to the back of the boat, smacked my shin and my knee, ended up falling to the left. I'm looking up, and the rod's just like it's nearly going in, the rod, and I thought, well, you're even later to it than what you was last time. Yeah. And because I know, I'm obviously dealing with it differently, and I'm literally just giving it absolutely everything. I've got 10 foot 3.5 Kais and Greens, and I'm literally, they're at absolute full bifter, and I can hear this fish the other side of the bush going, and I'm thinking, you ain't going that any more than that. And I'm wound again, I pumped it, and I could feel it coming under, like it's all undercut, this stuff, but I could feel it coming back towards me. And it's popped up the other side of this bush, and the sun was just on it, almost like a head torch. And its scales, mate, they just flexed, and I instantly knew it was a big fish. And obviously I'm panicking like mad. I've grabbed the net, and it was unbelievable. It just so happens, just as I grabbed the net and swung the net round, it come up, and it almost met the net as I dropped it in the water. And then it just went mad, because obviously it was not ready to come in. It would have gone. And it's just thrashing about in the net. But I remember I just looked at it and just thought, I literally couldn't believe it, what I'd caught, like as an opening carp. I was thinking, I don't know what I had in mind, but I thought I'm probably going to catch a few like cricket back commons, a few old mirrors and stuff, and hopefully there'd be a big one come my way. But to have a decent one on the first trip, I couldn't believe it. And it ended up being a mirror 29-12.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That is full Terry in it with that house.
Yeah, that is full
wizard mode.
Quality.
Yeah, but I was just in shock. And obviously you can see the shots here a lot on a bit of grass, because I'll try and do everything from the boat probably going forward, but until I've got these chairs out and the floor down, I haven't got the room there. It look all messy. So it just so happens that not too far away was a bit I could chuck the boat up against and jump out. So I'd stuck it in a sack, got the rods in, and then trundled along and just jumped out onto the grass and done kind of
mega fish, mate.
Yeah, that's a lovely looking carp. Look at that head and that mouth.
What on earth did you lose?
Do you know what I thought? I thought to myself when I thought that instantly. I thought, what did I lose? And then I instantly turned that into a positive and thought, what am I going to catch this year? Yeah. Because if that's the calibre, and I'm starting with that fish is probably a 30 pounder 2 weeks ago.
No, it's unbelievable.
So you could have started with a 30 pounder, which is unreal.
So did you put more bait on the spot before you left, and you're going back to that spot tonight?
Yeah, I'll give it a load of bait. Something else I'm trying this year for the first time is like large amounts of salt. Like, I've not done that before. I've always put it in particle and stuff, but I bought these like horse Himalayan salt licks, and I ended up chucking a couple of those in. They're almost like boulders. People might say in the comments they probably had a lot more experience in it than me, but I've heard they like can't stop visiting it even after it's gone, and they end up like almost burrowing holes in the silt trying to get to the salt and the goodness and the minerals. So I'm hoping that'll be something that will keep them visiting back in my absence, because the only thing I've got going against me is a lot of people that have done well on the rivers over the years are probably going to be a lot more consistent than me. I'm probably looking at maybe going for a couple of nights every 2 weeks, and then every now and again being able to go every week. Just family and work and stuff, it's not going to allow me to constantly be there, and the distance. So bait's going to be my key, I think, making sure I put plenty in before I leave, keep the salt going and keep the regular spot going. And I think I'm just not going to be able to move around and be so nomadic as other people are. I'm going to have to concentrate on areas.
That's all right. That's quite nice doing that. You know where you're going. It's non-stressful, isn't it? You go there, chill out, put a cup of tea.
It is, but the worst part about it is you go up and down there on the boat, which is just unreal anyway, and everything you pass looks like that's carp. That snag's going to hold them. Those lilies are going to hold them, and you could bait every 30 seconds. Yeah,
you could lose yourself there though.
Exactly.
You're probably
that.
better off doing what you're doing anyway.
That's almost hasn't saved me from doing that, but it has in a way. Yeah. Because I don't know how long I would have like not had a bite for before I thought maybe they're in those pads. Yeah. Maybe they're on the snag tree. So
did you see many when you went for your recce's?
No, I didn't. I think until the water gets a bit clearer, maybe July, August time, possibly. Right. I don't know. I think then it'll clear up a bit and I'll be able to see, because I do think this spot I'm fishing, I think there's potential for me to see the bottom when it clears a bit. So it might end up not being a spot after a amount of time, might end up dropping down into deep, but there's the other side of it.
That is really nice, that carp, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. I think the great thing I think about the Thames is, somebody may know out there, but very unlikely, you just don't know how long it's been in the river. Like, you don't know if that's been in there forever, if it's coming from a flood from somewhere.
Yeah. Is it likely that people do know that carp though? It must be relatively well reported.
Yeah, but this is I think the amazing thing about the Thames is, unlike most lakes, there'll be stories of 10, 20, 30, 40 blokes that go, lovely one. That. I think you're talking about a much smaller amount of pod of people that have caught the carp.
I think I would imagine no one's going to be talking about it openly where they're fishing.
No,
That's
God, no.
like they're like the old pike anglers.
Yeah. Well, I'm like that because obviously we're going to make a video on there, and I'm definitely already thinking of how it needs to be shot in order to show as much as possible about how incredible it is, but without giving the game away, because it ain't really fair, because it takes so much effort and so much money and time to do it. Like, it's a bit unfair to just blow it and show everything. And
doesn't normally bother you, though, does it?
No. Maybe not on the lakes, but I just think out of respect, it's there's ways of doing it without.
Yeah, for sure.
Then it's been done before.
Yeah. No, mega.
So do you think it's likely that there'll be anglers that go and fish your spot? Like, do you think it will be left between your sessions?
Yes, the other thing as well, I'm only going to know if I see something with my eyes. Like this, I would say no, but I probably can't say no, because until I see if somebody's there or not, they could.
The other thing is, you've got miles of river and you've got passing traffic of carp.
Yeah.
It could be a different carp one every night, couldn't there?
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, you just don't. That's the thing, you don't know.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
How long? What sort of distance is there between locks then on your stretch of fishing?
Doesn't want to give it away.
Yeah,
this is like the 11 wraps thing.
Yeah, this is like the 11 wraps thing.
7 to 18 miles.
I think it's probably a
few miles.
45-minute bop in the boat.
Right, okay, so big old bit of water, that.
Yeah, so it's quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, even that for me is a 25-minute, half hour to the baited spot, maybe.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Right,
great
right.
though.
Yeah,
honestly,
I really want to. I won't even fish. I would genuinely like to come with you for a night and just chill. And
it is amazing when I was all set up and everything was on there, and I had all the rods. The rods were in the cabin and everything was set, and little radio on and glasses on. I was driving up there. It was just such
freedom.
Yeah, I can't even explain it. It's such a buzz. And then when you go to bed, you're just like,
what
maybe,
if? Yeah,
like maybe. Yeah. And then obviously because I've had that now, I'm going to go tonight, and I'm literally going to be going. That'll be going in a minute. Obviously, I'm probably going to get a baptism of fire, and probably it may not happen. But then if it does every other time or every third time, and something like that pops up,
is it much traffic at night on the river?
No, it's not. It's very busy in the day.
Yeah,
a lot of like rowing clubs and stuff. Like you get like 5 rowers with like the 10 men on each canoe, and the bloke behind with the old megaphone, keep going, all that. So, and you get a lot of pleasure people going up and down. But I see quite a few lure anglers and stuff on the opening.
Yeah,
not loads of carp anglers. There's not a huge amount of bank access in my stretch, so that's
handy.
Probably quite handy. Yeah, that'll help a bit. But you're always going to get, it's just because their stretches are so good through there, people will always make the effort to go through locks and go and do the nights in different places.
Yeah.
But again, like I could get lost on that. I've got a lot of information that I've gathered where I know carp are, but it's just like you said, it's keeping your head, keep going back to that same spot, and at least exhaust that until you've had the rewards. Because let's say you pull off and someone else goes on there. But yeah.
How many pictures did you send in, Reed?
Well, I'll let her keep going. Trust me. No, this is the last one. Yeah.
No,
that was like
a special moment.
That's I really like that shot, like a proper accidental one. Because it's on self-take mode, just taking them randomly as I'm trying to lift it up.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously it's just it looks like I've posed to have it.
You have.
You have.
You got aim like that.
It was standing there for like 5 minutes. Keep clicking.
Was the Korda logo in? Is it in? Yeah. No, it's a mega fish.
Its mouth looks like it's not damaged at all. Is that?
No, it was mint. Like proper mint. Yeah.
Mint mouth, and it looks about 300 years old, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That looks like an old Colne Valley carp, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it fished little enough for something completely like a 45 pounder to turn up that nobody knows?
Yes.
It is
100%.
Oh right.
Yeah. You remember that the film that Nick did with obviously the 50 pounder?
Yeah.
Like
unbelievable.
When you talk to some of the other people on there and that, and most people are adamant that's not it. Do you know what I mean? But you never know. I bet you there's some anglers on there that have caught some absolutely ridiculous fish that you'll never know about. because why would you?
Yeah,
in a
Yeah,
way.
that's right.
You wouldn't. And it is. I think it is. That is the thing about the river. You don't like if that's popping up first bite or second bite. I mean, you could be lucky enough to catch the biggest one in your area, but quite unlikely.
Yeah, I'd
So-
say so.
It's exciting. I've never really been into the thought of fishing rivers, but I'm like quite buzzed about it for you.
Yeah, I think because we
I think
don't
that'd be amazing.
nowadays. We don't really get to like learn something brand new in what we do we?
No.
Or try and figure something out, or try and catch carp that. I know there's like, for an absolute fact I can't net one and go, oh, there he is. I know him.
Yeah.
Like literally, every fish is going to be, oh, that's a nice one. That's a different one. So that we don't get that now, do we?
No.
And like I don't feel like I've got it nailed or anything, but obviously it's nice that something's worked straight away. Presentation, everything's like proper belt and braces. I'll get because it was all a bit of a rush last time, and I wanted to take it all in. I didn't really get loads of footage. I got a little bit for Jacko for the film, but I'll get a little bit on the rigs and stuff because it's proper like beefed up agricultural. Like you haven't got to worry about your rigs
Yeah.
on there.
Have you got your leaders booked out now?
I've got them. Don't you worry about that. They're going on tonight. That's first job. That is. Yeah, I'll be putting that camo contour on the 0.60 stuff, the £30. Put a rod length or two of that on. It might not happen again. That's the thing. But it was just one of those moments that it happened, and I thought, you are a prat. Like,
I think sometimes though, when you're cutting through just braid like that, or even sometimes through your leg core, I think no matter what you've got,
Yeah,
you
it's
might have
cutting
lost
through.
that anyway.
Yeah.
We've had it before, haven't we? In places
Yeah.
where it's just like you're getting through it.
You could have
Yeah.
anything in the river, couldn't you? It could be a bit of old
Yeah,
metal.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
could.
right.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I suppose that. Yeah, well, that is the thing. Could be an old shopping trolley, an old boat, like
Yeah.
anything really.
Titanic.
Yeah, the Titanic. Yeah,
Did you cut through your leg core, or is it with the braid that you cut through?
it cut through the braid.
Cut through the braid.
Yeah. But it was weird. I was
Yeah,
he was under tension. Like I was playing the carp fine, but like you said, it only at least with the point the 6.0 stuff. Like it's got a few chances, hasn't it? Of if it's touching something, it's got a few chances. So abrasion resistant. I think with the braid, you pull braid at full tension, like something semi sharp. If you just knock it like that, it will
It's
go.
very
Won't it?
thin.
Yeah.
Very thin. You could use that really heavy leader we use for rainbow. You ain't breaking that.
Duracord.
No.
Duracord, yeah.
Yeah.
That's you'd have a far better chance with that than you would with the fluorocarbon.
Yeah, well, I think I'll see how I go. Obviously, the second fish I got in fine, so I might
Yeah.
have just been so unlucky that it went over something really weird. I don't know. I mean, I did the second. I mean, my second when I reeled the rods in, one of them had a muscle clamp round it. So you never know. Could be something as simple as that. I
Yeah.
might have had
Yeah.
it. I might have had a muscle clamp on the line, and
Weakened
it might weak or even gone at a weird angle, and that muscle might have just been going the opposite way or pulling against it or something. You don't know, do you?
No.
It's all learning, isn't it?
Sick though, mate. Very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's
mate.
nice. That.
Good
Yeah.
story. Bit long. But
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. What are your plans then? Let's round it off with our. go
Have
on.
you got any targets for this year? Because you used to set a target, didn't you?
Yeah, my target is to catch a long sutton out of Wrasbury.
Right,
I mean, I
okay.
think the chances of it happening for me are very slim, but I will just go there and try and catch as many as I possibly can in the time I've got, and hopefully he comes along.
You'll catch him.
I need a couple of them trips when I catch 10 or
Yeah.
15 or 20 again.
That's
and
an
get through
amazing
this.
looking fish, that. isn't it?
Yeah,
Incredible
I mean,
carp.
Cole caught it for the second time that he's caught it. He caught it years ago, and he caught it for the first time at £50 this year. It's just an incredible fish.
That's a worthy target.
Yeah, so I mean, like we said before, I don't. I'm not like a bounty hunter. I don't. I'm not going to sit out in the swim that it gets caught from. I'll just go there, and if it comes along, then amazing. But that would be my.
That's all
target.
part of the journey, isn't it? Like you
Yeah.
catch loads of nice fish, and if you catch that one,
It comes along, then amazing.
Mm.
Yeah, but I just want to go there and catch as many as I possibly can. I think that's the fun. I'm
Yeah.
guessing yours is bully.
yeah, it is. But it's not. I want to catch a 40-pound carp on a float
Oh, do you?
at the edge. Yeah.
Nice.
So I've got a place where I can do it.
Right.
It's no publicity. It's very close to home.
Yeah.
So once the kids break up, I'll be going down there first thing in the like really early
Yeah.
mornings before work,
Baiting up and shit.
or baiting up the night before and then going fishing
Yeah.
for it, or fishing. Yeah, I'll just
Fishing for bites on the float.
on the
yeah,
float,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're all good fish. There's lots of 30s in there, but there's a handful of 40-pounders in there, and I think I could easily catch one.
That'd be fun.
And that I think watching the old float go under,
Yeah.
there's nothing better than
Nothing
doing that.
better.
No. Are you going to use that lift method?
Lift
though?
method, yeah.
So it can either go. It
Well,
can either shoot or.
You can get quite a few foul hook fishes in the lift method.
Right.
So I might just fish it just just on the bottom, so the hook base on the bottom.
Right.
So I think that just reduces the amount of false bites and the
Yeah.
amount of foul hooking you get. But it's right near pads. It's like hook and hold, but out being half be exciting.
That will be.
Sick.
Yeah.
What's yours? A 35-pounder from the Thames.
No, do you know what it is? Mine's probably going to be to catch. I'd like to catch 10 10 carp from there, and I'd like to make an amazing film that I can look back on and be really proud of all the effort and all the time that's gone into it.
Yes,
I think if we can create a really cool film on there, and that sort of lives on YouTube forever, and I can look back on that, and I've caught some lovely carp. Size, that size is relevant thing. I think the size thing will probably become a thing. If I do catch a couple of 30-pounders, obviously, then you'll probably be thinking, what is in here? And then maybe the target might move. But
I think the for me, like it depends on the venue. So like I fish venues where it doesn't matter how big the carp are, they're old special carp, and there might be 1 40-pounder and a chance of catching it's not very high. But if you're enjoying, the journey, if you like we spoke, and it doesn't matter what comes along, does it? When they look like that, they could all weigh 18 pounds, couldn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I think it's funny you say that, because I literally only weighed that because I thought that could be a 30-pounder. Like, I think if that had been £5 smaller, I would have just done my photos and put it back.
Yeah.
And I intend to do that with all the rest of them. If I'm catching them upper doubles, low 20s and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
I should just be enjoying having the photos and looking back on them. It won't bother me weighing them.
No,
Don't need to, do you?
No.
Doesn't really make any difference. What about you, Spoons? Targets?
This lake I've started fishing with Aris is sort of swung my head. I wasn't expecting to be sort of going back almost.
Yeah.
Went there on a bit of a whim. But there's another carp in there that it's not been out for 18 months. It was last out at like 38, and it is such a cool carp. Any time I get, I'm going to drop on there because it's perfect for overnighters. I think it's going to be over £40. So that one is high on the list, and the other one is a 50-pounder from where we're going in October.
Oh yeah.
That's
yes.
yeah. Bigger maybe, but
Well,
a 50-pounders,
60,
yeah.
60.
But £50. If you leave there with a 50-pounder, you are leaving happy, aren't you?
Yeah, they're the one of the ones you want a proper picture of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, in the water with the big waves.
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah,
trip.
yeah.
That's going to be an exciting trip.
Got quite a few trips. Got Dovey's mates trips, Gigantica, always
I thought
amazing.
you only had mates
Invite
on
only.
Sorry? Yeah, no, but I have to invite him as well.
So yeah,
He cried last time.
same.
I didn't.
I did bawled my eyes out.
Did you?
Yeah, we've got lots of nice trips, but the one that keeps coming back is the October trip. 2 weeks on 2 weeks on the arguably one of the hardest lakes we've ever fished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like one of my targets for last year was a Gigantica PB. I've been very unlucky with the sizes the last 3 or 4 trips.
Yeah,
and I've
you
caught,
really
caught a
have.
lot of fish, so I'm due a big one from Gigantica.
My target
like
for Gigantic
70.
is a good draw.
Yeah.
I'll take that now.
Low single figs.
Low singles.
Yeah, unreal.
Nice. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there, shall we?
Yeah, boys.
cool.
Yeah.
It's been
Nice
really good.
chat.
What I will just say is we're going to do a Your Questions Answered on the next episode. So if you've got any questions... Oh, Kev's shouting at me now.
Oh
Oh, does he? Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll go out on this. We'll go out on this
I
video
don't know
and
if
just
you've
not
seen this,
talk.
mate.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll go out on this video. So I will just say we're going to do a Your Questions Answered on the next episode. We'll obviously be making sure people get their cups for catching the 50-pounders. Keep those coming in.
The 50-pounder that we pick.
The 50-pounder that we pick, not
Right.
every person.
Yeah.
But make sure you get your questions in. Either send them direct to Dovey and Spooner or drop them in the comments below, and I'll make sure I have a good sieve through them and we answer some great questions. But we're going to go out on something really nice now, and it just shows how the carp community get together and things just go from strength to strength.
Far and wide.
Far and wide. So enjoy everyone.
New Spooner,
New Spooner,
you will catch
we will catch
a UK 50-pounder soon.
a UK 50-pounder soon.
We believe in you.
We believe in you.
It's time for Africa.